Chrissy here. I'm just trying to do a quick craft room tour. Jodie and Kathy both asked me if I could do a quick tour of my craft room, and because I have reorganised and added some more shelving yesterday, I thought today is as good a day as any to do it. I hope it's not too hot for you wherever you are. It's hideously hot here, and the air conditioning saga continues. So excuse my sweaty, messy, hot mess face, and I'll turn you around and show you a few things that are in my craft room and a few ways that I organise my things to make it easier for me to craft. And I have to say, I don't actually spend a lot of time crafting in my craft room itself because I use the dining table. But yeah, here we go. Let's turn you around. This time I won't delete it. All right. Okay, so this is my little craft room. So this is a study as you walk in the front door of my house. So one of the things that I wanted to show you is I've got this table here. So we've got a couple of orders here waiting for Glenda and Jenny. I've got my ribbon jar. So all of my offcuts of my ribbon get popped in this jar. And so that way, if I need any scraps, and it doesn't matter what ribbon, so like this was off a gift, look, it's off a bottle of Chanel perfume. So I've got that. In this cupboard behind here is storage stuff, stuff for retreats and things like that. So it's tucked away. And this here, it moves. So our first bit is all our wrapping and thing. Oh, I've even got a I don't remember this guy's name. Burraby from the Commonwealth Games in here. I've got a whole heap of Stampin' Up packaging hidden under some tissue paper. That doesn't normally live there. So post packs and all sorts of packaging in that. Okay. I'll swap down to the third drawer. Second drawer is tablecloth. Third drawer is a whole heap of stuff for classes as well. So knickknacks and all sorts of miscellaneous craft stuff. I'm trying not to get my feet in here. Hi Jodie, thanks for watching. This little tour is just for you. Oh, and Kathy. Okay. All right. So then we've got in my little craft room, got my ink machine, all of my inks. Hi Kim. Lovely to see you. So I've got all my inks and re-inkers and all my ink spots. So if you can get hold of wide cases, they are perfect for your ink spots. Okay. Got my cinch machine, bits and pieces, and because this rolls out, it doesn't matter that you can't get to them. It's really easy. Then I've got all of my blends and blending brushes and miscellaneous brushes, and behind here got lots of retired stamp sets that I can't give away. This clock here is part of a new project that's coming up. Got lots of other little projects that I've done, and stuff for my flowers, because you can never have too many of the stuff to put flowers on, and then all sorts of stuff up the top. So I've got bins and chamois and stamps. Should have put my stamps all away, but they've just all been migrated. So then I've got adhesives and glue guns and embossing stuff. This shelf is all projects in progress. And then that's all sort of a bit, I've got all my masks in the one spot. They need a box to go in. Spare blocks and things. And then we've got all sorts of punches. And someone gave me this for Christmas. Well, it was a Santa Snatch thing. So it's a mobile phone jail. So you know, bring this out at retreat if people are on their mobile phone all the time. Okay, so we've got envelopes, and this is all goodies for my team. Hope you're really well, Kim and Jodie. And I've got my little Stampin' Up calendar. And you'll see a few flamingos around. These are all gifts from people. Yeah. So there are a few. I don't know how many you can count. There's even flamingos on there. Yeah, so we have a few. And even boxes in the background. Okay, so then this is where I've just moved this up here. This used to sit on the floor in the middle of the room. So we've got all of our papers. So there's a tray missing, and that's all my whites because it's on the dining table. So I've got trays for everything. Hey, Megan. I am just doing a little tour of my craft room because I've added some new shelves. So these are the new shelves that I added. I actually have to take them off and paint them. They're all going to be painted white. And that's for all of the current Stampin' Up ribbons. And a few different bits and pieces. And then there are these paper storage things. So when I cut my paper storage, my paper, I got these things from Kmart. I think they're about $7 each or $10 maybe. And so they, each colour, when I cut the card bases, each colour is labelled. So they're in colour families. So I've got regals and brights and subtles and neutrals. And so when I have little offcuts, I just pop them in the bag. And then this here is for all of the sheets of stuff. Now, I got that from Photo Continental, the cardstock storage from Photo Continental when it was around. That turned into Craft Giraffe, but then I know that Arnold's Storage has it. And they often have these sort of things. There are some, what I would like to do in this unit here is I'd actually like to put a shelf, a solid shelf, and stand my designer series paper up vertically. So like I've even got, like I've got my January to June 12 by 12 pattern paper, and then the annual catalogue, and August to December. I haven't labelled that yet. Online extras, online exclusives. So yeah, yeah. So that's, so there's two units. There's this unit here, which is a nice big tall one, and then there are this one, which you can get it in double, or, and they all fit 12 by 12. And they're on wheels, so I can, well, I don't really want to wheel them out, so I can wheel them out. So they do wheel quite easily. And they're just, I've had them a long time. I used to have everything in Billy bookcases. What I will say is, because I've had these for such a long time, they do over time bow in the middle if you put too much in them. So they've all got at least one full pack of cardstock. Like some of them have got 3 or 4. Well, this one's got 3. And I need to put labels on the rest of them, but yeah. So yeah, I've got all of, and then I've got this little tray has got my threads. So this again was from Kmart, and it's got yeah, all the different bits and pieces of little things that I want to use. Okay, then I've got my catalogues, and my bling is in my folders. And then this is sort of my work desk. It does have a drawer where I've put my Stamparatus. So this is all stuff for our Easter Reef class. So you can see, I'm going to show you these. These are part of the Easter Reef. How cute are they? So cute. Now Kathy wanted to know about some of my favourite things that Stampin' Up has brought out that isn't current. So I have to show you this bit. I'll move back into the centre of the room now. Oh, thank you. The floorboards are the Brazilian teak, I think, and they're direct stuck. So this little thing is a little piercing mat, and it comes in two parts. So you've got the foam mat, and these were the exact size of different Stampin' Up brads. So because they're not beautifully spaced apart, you can use your piercing tool, and you could space your big brads evenly, or you could use these little dots at the top to do little piercing around the edge of it. So this is one of my favourite tools that Stampin' Up has ever brought out, and it was super cheap, and I've got to work out a way to get new ones because I think everybody should have these. Then the other favourite tool that I have is this little thing, and it's a little Stampin' Up toolkit. So it has a little pocket. So these were out years and years ago. And it has a little pocket so you can put things in, but it came with one of those little piercing mats in the front, but it has pliers, it had setting tools for your eyelets. There is a couple of things missing out of there, so it was just such a great little toolkit. So this always lives in my craft room. Right. The other thing that I can't live without is this brush cleaner. So it's just a silicone cleaner, and it is well, haven't you seen that before? It was from a long time ago, Megan. So this silicone cleaner isn't a Stampin' Up product. Well, this one is actually a Simon Says stamp one, but you can get, so it's got different textures. So when you get your brush, you can just clean it like your blending brush. You can, or whatever, you can just clean it on there, and it gets it nice and clean. So that's another thing. I've got this was a gift, and this is this was a gift actually from Vicky, and this is for putting your blending brushes in. So while I'm working on a project, I've got these this here. Upstairs I have the Stampin' Up ones, but down here, because it's just a little bit of little bit less space. And then I've got this for my glue, and I believe this came from Courtney Houston. I think she made it. I can't remember. And so you can store your glue upside down or right side up. Why don't I do my lives from the craft room? Because there's not enough space to craft. And when you set up the lights and stuff, because I have special lighting set up upstairs, Hi Yvonne, how are you? I sent you a message the other week. I hope you got it. So this is my basket of, I've got to finish. What are these? These aren't Stampin' Up, but these are little seaside charms. So they're pretty cute. That's a special project that I'm working on. So got little hearts that I made for Valentine's Day. Oops, that's a bit wonky. But yeah, so these are little, just a box of stuff to put. And I've got a couple of kits that I've got waiting. Then I've got my trolley. So my trolley has all my notebooks down the bottom. So I have a notebook for just about everything. So I draw my sketches. The second tray is like all my receipts and boring stuff, and also copies of any of the tutorials that I do, so that when I am ready, I can, or when I'm having a card buffet or a play with my stuff day, they can just grab one of the folders and it'll have, like it might have a mystery stamping tutorial like this one from the other day, which hasn't yet been filed properly. And then I've got my little basket under there, and that goes to coffee, cake and cards with me. The top has all my bits that I use all the time. And look at all these glues. So all of these glues are open, right? So I'm going to go through and find out which are full and which aren't full, and I have all of my dimensionals in these wide cases. You can't get wide cases anymore, but the narrow cases are great. And I've got my stamping chamois and my stamping mist, and like some other bits like little dots in there. So then this is one of my big shot stations. So this is one from upstairs. And Megan, my intent is that I will get some lighting in here so I can do lives from in here. The studio lighting I have at the moment doesn't fit in here. So this is a really nice little bin. So this is my plastics only bin, and my friend Charlene made me that. I've got my big shot with my cover. Kathy made me that. And then I've got all of my underneath my big shot and embossing stuff. And then in this cupboard, I'm not even going to open it. It's oh no, let's open it. It might all fall out though. So this isn't tidy. So I've got my button press, and I've got binding for my cinch machine, and I've got foils, and I've got all sorts of things in here. This hasn't been sorted out. Oh. So that just really dark then. Sorry about that. So this is my little craft room, but I am so excited to about these shelves. So I just love these little shelves, and they're $5 each from IKEA. So I'm going to paint them white. Oh, this was the other thing that other favourite Stampin' Up product that's retired that I wanted to show you. And I don't know. Let's see if we can do it over here. So this is the Hodgepodge hardware. Let's see if I can open it. Oh, I can't open it. I'm going to have to put my phone down while I quickly open it. Sorry. Okay. So this is the Hodgepodge hardware. So Stampin' Up bought this out years ago. So you'll see the age of things. So blue was, anything with blue labels was in when I first joined Stampin' Up. Then the next thing was the they had green labels on things and then the black and white. So these were out about 15 years ago and I just love them. So that is my little, one of my favourite things, and I had used them all, and a dear friend of mine, I'd commented on a post somewhere in the US because the guy had quite a few of them to give away, and a friend of mine had some, and so she gifted me a box, so I'm really happy with that box. And so I'm really happy with how my craft room is come together now. And these other things that I really love is this Inspire. Now these weren't available in Australia, but they were available in the US. So, and they're Create. Now they're like a stick-on sort of thing. And my foreign exchange sister, she got them delivered to her years ago. When we were in America, we picked them up from her, so she ordered them for me. So yeah, and so they're a few little things, and I love this. One of my favourite things. This was a gift from a dear friend, Miss Vicky. And yeah, so that is, I'll turn myself around now. That is my little craft room. Oh, and we've got a fan. We have got ducted air conditioning when it's working. So this is, oh hi Marnie, a cinch machine. A cinch machine is a binding machine, Megan. So it's great for binding books, and it's not so great for binding catalogues. It's not a commercial one, but if you were doing a scrapbook or something like that, it's like a small board book, that would be what I would use it for. So that is my little craft room tour. So I hide away the stuff that's not Stampin' Up. So like this up here, let me turn you around again. So this little thing up here, even though it's got things like gesso and textured paste. Hi Sharon. Oh, I hope the aircon gets fixed. It was awful today, Jodie. And like things like, yeah, get more gesso and so yeah, I hide the non-Stampin' Up stuff away. But yeah, so that is my little craft room tour, and I hope you enjoyed it. And Kathy and Jodie, that was just because you requested it. And I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and I shall see you all soon. Bye for now, and happy creating.